Hey buddy, what's up? Welcome back. I am Pseudo, and if this doesn't work, it's going to be a very short stream. I'm going to just try to iron out some of the issues we were having yesterday, so bear with me. Might be a lot of tech troubleshooting. Might actually get to play the video game at some point, but we're going to see if we can get this going. The only way is to go live, so we'll see. All right. So far, so good, but you have to jinx it, so we'll see. Been having some issues with just general like computer updates, Windows doing Windows things and borking everything, so I'm trying to figure that out if there's anything I can do on my end to sort of smooth it out, barring install the new GPU. So you know, you change nothing, streaming's impossible, and then something's effed up, but just open it up on YouTube and Twitch and see how we go here. I do have a new build for the Bladesworn lady to try to show off at some point, maybe. But we will see. Let's see if people filter in here. I know a lot of people are kind of like coked out on the new map. Me too. I feel like I want it, and I don't really see the need to go back anytime soon. But it's a fun map. I'm sure I'll end up there sooner or later. The meta's very good. The new content's very good. It's just I'm feeling the drop off. I don't know if it was that we had two like a lack of Guild Wars 2 for so long, or what, where with the big break. I think it might have hamstrung themselves a little bit with that one, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna do my best here, chat. I'm really trying. I do have the new GPU. I do want to throw it in, but I don't want to throw it in until I fix this. Because if I throw a new GPU in the computer after it's not working, then it's just going to not work with the new GPU, and we're going to have the same problem. So, see what we get here. See what we can do. But, yeah. Let's see where it's choppy, when it's choppy, how it's choppy. Expecting frame rate to tank right there, yep. Yeah, the big thing is the NVIDIA broadcast background replacement, which hasn't been an issue, but now it's like eating my fucking GPU. I don't know why. It seems to really be destroying it. Could just clean my room, like I said, but you know, I don't want to clean my office. Actually stream from my guest room, so another chore I'm kicking down the road. Launch and startup. Yeah. Yeah, even that's lagging. Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, if I can't get this working, it might be a very short stream. But we'll see what we can do here. You know what I might have to do for now? Is just like down res the camera. You can see why I don't want to clean it. Because this was working on Monday, and then Windows had an update, and it fucked up everything because Windows sucks. So, is what it is, unfortunately. Yep, encoder's the same, stream's the same, general's the same, nothing's changed, everything sucks. Alright, sick. Love to see it. You don't even have this on. This will absolutely destroy my fucking frame rate. Sorry, like I said, chat, gonna be a testing stream. You're welcome to hang out. And enjoy the music. Yeah, I want to know why the fuck this one process from NVIDIA Broadcast takes 90% of my 3080. That's insane. Can't I tell you to like use any of my CPU? Bruh. Can I do this? Yes, can I do that? Did that completely kill my fucking camera? It did. Maybe? Maybe we're all right now? Huh. That might have fixed it. Definitely not. Okay. All right, you. I swear to God, before NVIDIA had this update, I never had this problem. Like back in 1.4. I might go get NVIDIA Broadcast 1.4. I'm just gonna like stream for a little bit, and it's gonna be choppy as shit, and we're gonna deal with it. And I want to see if my GPU like deals with it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it do. I wanna see how this looks. Oh well. This is, yeah, it's very choppy whenever I move. But I want to see if like my GPU adapts. Interesting. Yeah, it does get better the longer I go. It's like when it has to start up, it hitches. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, gonna be a short stream if I can't iron this shit out, but I do want to try the new build, and I do want to try get some testing footage. Don't want to compare. The only way, unfortunately, to troubleshoot anything, whether it's audio or video or anything like that in tech chat, is to like have it fucked up. So here we are. Yeah, the new build uses runes of stars and the PvE food. So hoping to get a little bit more damage reduction to deal with like those power spike classes that I was constantly dealing with last night. Because Bladesworn has decent defenses with all the Aegis it dumps out, but it really doesn't have decent damage mitigation if you get boon stripped. So trying to sort of +1, -1 myself. I think it's only when I wear this shirt, and I don't think it's because the shirt's so hectic. I think it's because the shirt is cursed. Because it's too cool, chat. I could also stream at a lower frame rate, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make my stream actively shittier so that I can fix the problem that NVIDIA created. Their garbage tier update. I also think I made my controller worse by trying to fix it. God damn it. Never do anything, chat. This is why you shouldn't ever try to do anything. Oh my god. I'm gonna fix it, damn it. Use the power. See, like, there's this little part of my controller that's, like, jutting out right there. And I tried to glue it today, and I think it just made it worse. I think I'm just gonna cut it in half with an X-Acto knife so it's not poking me. Ever cut a $200 controller, chat? They already won't warranty it. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like whenever I spin my camera. Which is interesting, because that's similar to an old problem I used to have with the AMD card that I first played with. So maybe it's also driver related. Not really sure. I haven't updated any of those, so I have no idea what it could be. Definitely got some glue on this button as well. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Better. Da, 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 da. That's what tape is for? It's not a tape issue. It's like tape can't fix it. It's like I play with this controller so much that I've pushed, like, the heat, I think, from my hand melted the glue. I don't know if you can see it. Like, and pushed the rubber up to the point where it's like, you know, it should be like this on the controller, and there's a huge-ass hole. And the pressure from it being attached still at the top is, like, causing the hole. So I think I'm just gonna cut it off. Oh, my God. What's up, Red? How are you? I'm just testing some stuff. I want a baseline for how my computer is fucking up, so I can try to troubleshoot it a little bit later. I may unlist the video. I don't like to have things that are just garbage tier quality out there on my channel. But what's really funny is, like, those gym streams that I've done for April Fools and stuff, those get recommended even though they're unlisted. Like, I'll be like looking at my stuff on a not logged in account or something and be like, go watch this idiot's stream. And I was like, this is the weird stream that I had unlisted. Why is this showing up in someone's feed? I don't think unlisted does anything. I think it just means it's harder for people on your channel to fucking figure out. Yeah, I know. And it's 100% like the background replacement tool. I'm just trying to figure out why. Because I didn't change anything on NVIDIA's side. What I did was a Windows update, and I looked at what was in the Windows update changelog, and it was like one power target for some garbage fucking AI thing. And I'm like, all right, so how is that? I'm trying to figure out, like, how... I already disabled it, but, like, I'm trying to figure out how the power target changing for the AI thing is diverting, like, power away from my fucking GPU. Because even if I put the new 5080 in my computer, it's like the stupid AI thing that Windows installed is still going to have the goddamn incorrect power target. And, like, I don't want that to happen, so I'm trying to, like, figure out what the fuck I can do with it to, like, try to figure out how to tell my GPU to do actual work, you know? In order to do that, the only way is to stream. Tragically. You know what, actually, I might be able to... I'm going to try one thing. Because the only other thing I changed was this, actually. Wait for it to reload here. Maybe OBS is doing too much work? Re-enable NVIDIA broadcast in any app? Because I stream at 60 usually. Maybe OBS is doing too much work to, like, try to up-res my camera. Oh my god, was that fucking it? Holy shit, that was it. So I think the Windows update reset NVIDIA broadcast. And then OBS. Oh my god. It's not perfect, but it's better. Oh, nope, just dropped a couple. It's definitely better, though. That's insane. Yeah, the more I learn about OBS, the more problems it seems to have with, like, dealing with trying to adjust, like, cropping or capture or frame rate of anything. I don't know, we'll see. We'll jinx it. We'll see. I'm just chilling. Like I said, my problems that I've been having this week are, like, very minor tech things that are, I feel like, largely solvable, knock on wood. So, I could have real problems, chat. These are imaginary, like, zero world problems, you know? I could still be farming Stella. Turned on gaming mode in Windows. I can check. Did you Google like Windows Update Bork's OBS capture? I wish Windows would stop fucking with my shit, honestly. I should go back to Windows 7. Turned on by default, never need to turn it off. Designed to boost gaming performance by prioritizing the game, preventing background updates, stabilizing frame rates. This is been in from Windows 10 though. Is it in like control panel? Is it something I can turn off? Disable Xbox game bar. G, go to settings. Remember the game. No. It's lag, multitasking issues. Toggle game mode off. Because I'm not stuttering in game. It's stuttering in the like OBS capture, which means my GPU is getting overtaxed somewhere. Appreciate all the help though, between you and Kale and everybody else. Full screen mode, disabled notifications, Xbox game mode, settings. No, that's definitely not on. Thank you, Everest. Thanks for checking in. Good luck on going outside. And may you have a wonderful day at work. I know it's an oxymoron, but you can do it. Why does Windows do these things? This is a later. This is an MS config thing. This is definitely a later thing for sure. We're gonna try hiding this just a sec, and I want to see if fighting this camp like completely borks my frame rate. New to Guild Wars 2, seen a lot of videos. Still confused about either should I buy an expansion before you reach level 80. So there are a lot of videos that will tell you what to do. I've played this game for 12 years, and that's a great question. My answer is, first off, if you're going to buy an expansion, wait for a sale, because they happen almost like extremely regularly, basically every 3 months. Second, this game doesn't have really leveling up. It has other progression, but it doesn't really have leveling up after you hit level 80, right? So the pre-level 80 experience is vastly different from the post-level 80 experience. Like, when you get to level 80, you're not going to be really leveling up your character anymore. You're going to be leveling up, like, your game experience, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, getting new masteries for your mounts and stuff like that. And being a badass in the world, whereas getting to level 80 is becoming a badass. So if you want to try the level 80 experience, you can if you buy an expansion. They don't make you, they don't force you, they don't auto-level your character, but you'll get what's called a level 80 boost, and it'll be in a shared slot, and then you can double-click it to try boosting one of the characters to level 80. You'll get a starting zone, essentially. It's called Silver Waste. You can run around, test a lot of the skills and stuff, see how it feels. And if you don't like it, you can just log out and try it on a different character before committing to it. To leveling it up. And once you get to level 80, obviously your successive characters, getting them to level 80 becomes a lot easier. Stuff like that. But it really depends. Do you want to skip? Like, are you coming from another MMO? If so, maybe try the level 80 experience. If not, then maybe you do want that organic leveling to 80, because you can always get that again. You can just make a new character and level to 80 organically. But if you're getting bored with the game or like frustrated, absolutely skip to level 80, right? That's my advice, because it's way different. Trying to think of my other suggestion is, if you want the experience of like trying a character with all the skills unlocked or like builds and stuff without having to deal with any of that, just go into the PvP lobby. Obviously turn the chat off because it's the PvP lobby, but you can essentially try all the skills out and slot them into your bar and like just whack a golem and stuff. Not even going into a game, just like whack a golem and see how it feels to play the character that way, with a certain build, without having to like deal with the anxiety of like, oh, do I spend money on this game that I don't know if I'm ready to commit to or anything like that. Does that sort of make sense? I hope that's decent enough advice. while I'm troubleshooting all my nonsense today. I wonder if this is the right playlist. Oh well, we're here now. Might hit up Hellmasker. His last piece of advice was very helpful. So I may hit him up. Trying to troubleshoot this nonsense. That's stream chat. That's XPadder. That's the XPadder group. I'm gonna unload all of this. Pretty sure that's not actually doing anything. I want to make sure I'm not streaming 2 of Guild Wars 2 for some reason. Nope. Yeah, it's whenever I spin. And I'd noticed we were dropping a couple frames, but it was very intermittent before this. It also gives you Celestial Gear, which you can do most of the content in. To be fair, when you like skip to 80, like exotic Celestial Gear is very good for like 90% of the game. They kind of switched it from Once Upon a Time getting gear in this game to kind of being the chore to they don't want you to have to think about it. They just like you to play their game. Which is dope. Thanks, Kate. Oh, you don't like DJ Backtrack sleeping on the table? No, I'm trying to figure out how to make OBS suck less. And it's still dropping like a lot of frames, but I wanna try to figure it out before I put the new GPU in, you know? Also, I tried to glue my controller today. Terrible idea, don't do that. Not a good brain decision, but we've learned. Yeah, no worries. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and if I can't answer or I'm busy with something or I get distracted, I'm sure my chat can ask. Yeah, like super glue, because like again, the housing, I think you bought a case for yours. Like the housing is like, I think by the heat from my hand, I played with this controller so long, has melted the glue on the side, and it's just the pressure from it still being attached up here and out here is creating this awkward bump that I think I'm just going to take a knife. I tried gluing it down. It did nothing but make my controller disgusting. So I'm going to have to take a knife and, like, cut it in half. Lord knows I'm not getting a Steam controller. We got turned around, chat. Yeah, that's kind of my second piece of advice. Just go to the PvP area. Test out stuff. Yeah, and it was right. I also didn't think about, like, what happens if the glue gets exactly where I don't want it to get. So, like, the side of it is all disgusting now, too, even though I just fucking cleaned this controller with a toothbrush. So I'm gonna have to do that again with some acetone. Salvaging this thing, damn it. I feel like me fixing this controller is the equivalent of my dad's, like, nah, I'll learn plumbing so that I can fix the sink. Where it's like, nah, I'll do it myself. I could hire a professional or just buy a new thing, but fuck it. Yeah, I have another Elite Series 2 downstairs where the battery has died in it. And I looked up the iFixit video on it, and I already had a kit for it. And I was like, well, if I get exceptionally bored, I can probably do this. So we'll give that a shot. Yeah, sorry it's like still choppy when I spin my camera and stuff, chat. We're figuring it out. Yeah, soldering scares the shit out of me. I'm really bad at it. I think my grandfather has a soldering gun. Like from back in the day, and I tried that once when we made like a radio, because he had one of those like make-it-yourself radio kits when I was like, you know, 8. That shit, I'm real bad at that shit. Especially for circuitry. But I think the battery is just like take all the shit off, plug it in, put all the shit back on. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably just like steal the housing from the other one and put it on this controller, right? Okay, I'm gonna close my previews because we're gonna obviously have the recording. What does studio mode do in OBS? I'm a bad streamer, I don't know these things. Yeah, fucking NVIDIA broadcast is taking 80% of my 3080. That's insane. I fucking hate AI. So much. Solder Sucker is OP for Tech. Is it a YouTube channel? Linus Tech Tips has had some pretty bang-in videos on like how to do X or Y lately. But I'm glad that Right to Repair won out and a lot of this shit is just available. I'm really glad that before all the international trade nonsense went through the roof and gas started being $600 a fucking gallon, I bought a bunch of these, like, the little rubber stick covers for the Elite Series 2, because these things wear out, especially on, like, a stick that you use all the time. So I have, like, a bunch of the OEM versions of those that I can just, like, grab whenever. Yeah, buy the same item multiple times when I have enough to start Frankensteining them together, reach that point with my keyboard's breaking. That's, Tim, no joke, these earbuds, I've spent so much of my fucking life trying to find, like, the perfect pair of earbuds for my streams and, like, just life and stuff. I'm probably gonna buy, like, 10 pairs of these and just wait for all of them to die or something. Because I looked them up on, not AliExpress, which is the, like, generic customer site, but the Alibaba, and you can get, like, bulk orders of these, and I was like, fuck, I can be a business. They're like $12 a pair versus even $28, which is insane. Like, $28 versus... Let me put it this way. These are $28. They should not be comparable to AirPods. These are better than AirPods in terms of audio quality. And I've tried everything. Fucking everything, dude. The only downside is they don't have the foam tips if you like them, which I don't. So I'm probably just gonna buy like 10 pairs of these in case they evaporate, because that shit happens to me all the time too. Like, I'll find a toothpaste I really like, and then they'll stop making it. It's like, well, fuck. We already heard this. Good song though. Switch it up. Reset that, reset that. Is there a way to make my OBS preview shittier, chat? So that OBS is, like, taking less of a... Ooh, I can make it really tiny. I really want to try to solve this without putting the new GPU in. You have 6 of the same shower head? Yeah, that makes sense, Rem. 100%. I did a similar thing with Skull Candy back when I found a pair of over ears that I really liked. Where it's like, I'm not getting fucked by this again. God. 100,000%. Yours have a replaceable stack slick for PS5 replacements. The controller is meant to be easier to open and replace the whole stick unit. So I don't actually know, because it's an Elite Series 2. I would assume that anything's replaceable if you put in enough effort, right? But for the stick, like, mechanism, I would assume you have to, like, unsolder the actual stick sensor and, like, resolder the box that it sits in. This version has adjustable stick height, but that's just, like, basically cosmetic, right? Well, preview scaling that allows you to reduce your resolution. Okay. I'll hit that up. Again, I don't want to change too much because I was not having this problem, like, earlier this week. So I do want to see if I can figure out the problem without fucking everything up. But... because if I put the new GPU in, then the new GPU is just going to be drawing more power with the forked settings, right? Which is stupid. I'm not paying the meta, NVIDIA. Not doing it. 6 are the first to die. Yeah, that's why I've gotten... What is... how many controllers have I gone through? Through my entire 12 years of Guild Wars 2, I've gone through probably 12 controllers. Most of those were 360 controllers, because that's what I used to play with before the Elite Series existed. But it's always the fucking left stick drift will start to drift, and then I would have to get a new 360 controller, which wasn't that bad, but also I had less money when I was playing back in the day, so like 30, 40 bucks for an, you know, 360 controller was a lot back then for Pseudo. So yeah, it was a pain in the ass. But I started buying Elite controllers, and I had an Elite Series 1, and that died. And I'd always get, like, the shitty extra Walmart warranties that no one uses that are just, like, through Square Trade. Don't do that, by the way. Because if it's still within the 1 year period, they'll make you go to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer will make you go to them, and then they won't cover it. But if it's in the 2 year period, sometimes you can get some of your money back, but it's usually with a 10% tax. But I think I went through 1 Elite Series 1 and 3 Elite Series 2, and both of the Elite Series 2, this one and the one downstairs, I had the left stick replaced on. And the one downstairs still needs the battery replaced, which is also sitting in my fucking kitchen. But I agree, sticks are absolutely the first thing to die. I can imagine, especially on speedrunners, like speedruns. Let me settings OBS nonsense. Settings, preview scaling, advanced audio properties, not helpful. Transform, not helpful. View, docs, scene collection, not helpful. Tools. Caption, help. Fuck you, OBS. Yeah, you always just swap the sticks around. Hope for the best. That's why I wish, like, I was so excited for the Steam controller. Like, unironically, I was excited for the Steam controller for, like, the stupidest reasons, right? Like, I wanted the Steam controller to come out, and I wanted to get one to support them because, not that I need it, but, like, I wanted the lower latency. I wanted Microsoft to get off their ass and fucking update their dongle software. And I wanted Microsoft to get off their ass and start using goddamn Hall sensors or better. Like, there's no reason that you should be using these dog shit fucking stick sensors, Nintendo. We need to save the 8 cents that it would cost to fucking buy better sticks so that we can charge you for, you know, $60 or whatever the... What's this fucking official Switch controller? Like $100? Just like an imaginary amount of money? It's so odd. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is definitely better. I can't believe changing my camera frame rate up helped this. Oh, the PS5 Pro has Hall sensors. I mean, at least that's good, right? Apparently there's one that's like, what are they? Magnetic resonance? God damn it. MTR sensors or something that are even better, supposedly, than Hall sensors. I feel like we're just in the keyboard switch fucking arms race, though, with all that shit. Oh my god. All right, let's go into a Zerg. Let's see how the frame rate does. Actually lagging in game, not in the frame rendering. This is better though. Thanks for your help, guys. At least Sony is fucking doing one thing right, because Lord knows the rest of that company can kind of go fuck itself, in my opinion. Did you? Okay, this is something you might empathize with. So they had, you know how like everything's $1 million, right? Because trade wars or something. They had the PS5 digital edition, 1 terabyte for $400. And granted, it was like the Fortnite edition, but it also came with some shit that you could probably sell, which also comes with a controller. And like a decent gaming console, even if it's digital only, for $400 that comes with a controller is like a pretty good deal right now. So I was like, all right, I'm going to recommend this to a bunch of my friends who don't really get into gaming and but are like making noises about it again. And then it comes out like a month later that the digital only version of the PS5 needs to fucking phone home like once a month or something to verify that you didn't steal any of your digital only games. And it's like, well, I guess I'm also fucking recommending them the $80 disc drive because I'm not supporting that. It's so bad. It's like, Can't you guys just like have one W? Can't you give the people who give you money like one small W? Why do you have to keep throwing L's, Sony? Why do you have to be like this? Give us Bloodborne 2, goddammit. They're just like this. They're just like this. Nobody knows who hurt Sony, chat. There's Nintendo. Yeah, it's insane. Big Brother needs you to verify that you didn't steal any of your games for your console. Need to sacrifice a fucking goat made of Bitcoin while facing the Sony headquarters 3 times a day, chat. Ridiculous. Going with this. Glad it wasn't the shirt that was fucking everything up. I love this thing. I don't know if you guys can see it because I think the camera flips it, but these are the ingredients that go into making a human. It's fucking dope. I love this shirt so much. It's like a nutrition label for human beings. It's fucking sick. Full Metal Alchemist. Coded. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. It's pretty sick. I don't... It occurred to me that I haven't bought new shirts in like 4 years because I don't really leave my house. I have some nice stuff from back when I used to actually work in the fashion industry, but like, I don't... Because of that, I kind of never felt the need to upgrade my wardrobe, and I just stream in like tank tops and t-shirts anyway. So I found this one new site, and I was like, well, shit. I haven't done this in a while, and also all their shirts are going up by like 10 bucks because, again, gas is $6,000 a barrel. So probably more than that. Like next week, so I bought a bunch of their shirts. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with the quality. You gotta wash them inside out on gentle, on cold, but hey, I'll make that sacrifice. Alright, we're in EBG, chat. This is the ultimate test. We have not dropped a frame in a while. I'm proud of you, OBS. Thank you for unfucking yourself. How's it looking on your end, chat? Lorave, 42, thank you for the follow, welcome. Sorry I missed that. A lot better than before. Yeah, I think my GPU, part of it was like my GPU needed to wake the fuck up. As stupid as that is. Because I've already had to unfuck one power target thing that all the AI garbage has been messing with. Hey, Genev, how are you? Genev. I need to make sure that the stream notifications are going off. I think they are. I think they are. If they're not, you know, we're here now. What's this? I don't even know what that was. What was that? What I just flash on screen, chat? Oh, stream starts soon? No, that's my BRB thing. Guild Wars 2 capture, stream notifications. Yeah, I know, right? I'm actually Barry Allen. Stream chat's on. That's off. That's off. YouTube alerts. Right, I had a capture for that, but YouTube doesn't make their API public, so that broke instantly. Alright, sick. Cool. No, it's like you have to. It's a nerd by necessity, right, Kate? And you can be a nerd in anything. You can be a nerd in, you know, volleyball. You can be a nerd in juggling hamsters. That's what I learned when you get to university. Is like all the people in university, whether they're, you know, in quotes jocks or whether they're nerds or whatever. Like they're a nerd of something because they got into the university somehow. Even if they got in purely on a sports scholarship, they're basically a basketball nerd, and their life revolves around like 90% that and like 10% everything else. So all the build I'm running is fave so far. Thank you. I do try to iterate it and like sort of slowly make improvements. The one in the YouTube description is slightly different. I changed a couple things around. But I'm a nerd with controllers by necessity, where I'd love to not put that information into my brain, but like, you know, I'm not paying the Sony tax or the Xbox tax of $200 a new controller every fucking time, right? Although to Xbox's credit, they did make the Elite Series 2 core controllers, which are $109, and basically don't come with sticks, ferret, or a D-pad or anything else. So you can just use your existing, like, you know, stuff that hopefully hasn't broken and magnetize it on, which is pretty neat. Yeah, well, I mean, yes and no, Red, but I feel like the example I used, like, when you get to university is because, like, people who got in, there was a baseline to entry. And I'm not saying there are definitely, like, everybody who didn't go to university is stupid. Absolutely not. Most of the people who go to university probably did it wrong and shouldn't be there paying for a degree that they're never going to use, right? There's ups and downs to everything, but I'm saying, like, that does create an environment where, like, you have these people who are selected for, like, their ability to do biology or their ability to, you know, play sports really well, you know, ice sports or basketball or whatever it is, do research, or in my case, suck dick really well. I still have no idea how I got into university. Probably a miracle of God, but it's, you get people who are really good at something, right? And that's kind of cool. And their interests can also be super fucking niche. And you'd never, you know, my thing is like build editoring. Two ferret. 3 ferret. I think that was the same ferret. We're knocking it down to 2. Not double counting that ferret. That's illegal. But the internet is wonderful because you can learn. How did my friend put this? The internet is great because every idiot can find a niche for their thing, and that's awesome. And the internet is terrible because every idiot can find a niche for their thing, and that's also awful. 3. We had a white ferret, we had a black ferret, and we had a black and white ferret. Got into uni for being really good at being average? Hell yeah. You probably got into university because they wanted your money, realistically. Because universities at the end of the day are just fucking businesses. And they can be great and just fucking businesses, and they can also be shit and just fucking businesses. Just like anything, you gotta be really careful who you give your money to. Yeah, it seems to, like, now we're fine. Now it's, like, fucking ironed out. We're not dropping frames. I can spin my camera all I want. We're fucking good, chat. I forgot I'm even streaming. Jesus. You're Canadian? Uni doesn't cost you an arm and a leg over here? Oh, it must be nice. I bet you have a functional healthcare system, too. Jesus Christ. I had a moment today where I actually thought about that a little, Rem. And I was... It's gonna be TMI, but you're gonna learn some deep pseudo lore, chat. Right? One of the reasons I look for earbuds that don't have foam tips is I'm a disgusting fucking pile of shit, and my ears get really, really waxy, especially when I have a cold. So I have to get that shit cleaned, right? Because it's disgusting. And if I don't want to go pay an ENT to, you know, I do have insurance. Fortunately, I'm like one of the 2 people in the United States that still has healthcare insurance, but like, if I don't want to pay a copay or deal with, like, driving up there, one of the easy, you know, home remedies is to, this is not medical advice, dump a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in your ear and just let it, like, soften it and flush it out, right? It's similar to Debrox. And I was sitting there thinking, like, on my bed, I was like, why am I doing this, right? Like, the fucking towel against the other side of my head, like, why am I fucking doing this? Why don't I just go to the doctor? And it's like, oh yeah, because our healthcare system's fucked. And again, I'm very lucky that my problems are so small, but it's just like, god damn it. There's people out there with actual, like, I can't pay for my medication issues, so they're doing, like, home remedy shit. It's like, can we not just fix this? Heavy water? I've never heard of that. I'd have to look that up more. Always look up anything that you're going to put in any kind of part of your body before you do it, chat. But, and again, this is not medical advice. Different humans are all different. That's interesting that heavy water works. And we're the richest nation in human history. You have to compare the richest nation in human history to all the other existing ferret, all the other existing nations at that time. And yes, per capita, we still are, mostly because we've destroyed the fucking international dollar. But, like, richest also is very subjective in terms of, like, trade and respect and resources and treaties and weapons, Red. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying the US isn't. You're still right. And I still want this place to turn itself around, and it's still kind of is right now. But, like, Without getting, you know, too much into my own chat rules of use your brain and don't talk about shit that's gonna anger people on the internet, like, other places got it going on. China, yes and no. China's got its own suite of issues, obviously, right? Like, the thing with China is nobody's having sex. Because of their massively stupid one-child policy. And it's not even in terms of, like, their one-child policy still existing. It's because women are not respected in China now. Nobody wants to have a female child because they know the hell she's gonna face. And it's kind of like... it's looked down upon, which is incredibly stupid. And all the nations that are, like, praising their women and giving them, like, you know, paid time off for pregnancy and stuff are, like, killing it right now, so... Again, everywhere has their own issues. Everywhere is great and everywhere is equally shit, and I really wish we could take the best parts of everything and go find space dragons, you know? Canada isn't. At least you guys have... what's it called? Paid leave for having a child? At all? Again, everywhere's got their problems. Like, a lot of the policies, whenever I hear about, like, the stuff Texas does, I really don't agree with, like, a lot of it. But they have some really interesting stuff that I'd love to be able to port over to other states. Like, Texas does this thing, chat, where if you hit a deer on the road, like, they have, like this old boys system, basically. This old boys network of, like, people who know people, and that seems to carry into, like, government as well. So... the thing that I really think is interesting, or one of the examples of the things that I think is really interesting about Texas, is if you hit a deer on the road, right, and, you know, you have any medical costs or expenses or whatever, you pay essentially $100 to the state of Texas, because technically all the deer are owned by Texas, and then the state of Texas pays for your, like, repair costs to your car. And I don't think they pay for your medical costs as well, but it's interesting, right? Like, okay, it's kind of like, you know, you hit somebody's mailbox, you pay them for the mailbox, and then, like, they pay for your car. It's very, very weird. Like, the way my friend explained it to me, but I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, why doesn't everybody do that? Now exporting yourself to Canada instead of importing husband from Canada? I mean, can't you go back? Isn't it a dual citizenship thing? Because my friend, what's it called? My friend married somebody who was Canadian and just moved up there. And I think technically he's still, like, he can still vote here. I was actually trying to get him to do that, like, do a mail-in vote, but he's technically, like, a dual citizen. It's also still really weird, that, what's it called? Fuck. Again, this is really skirting around the things that people don't want to talk about, but I promise it won't become, like, political, right? What's it called? Like, citizenship's really interesting, because for some reason... you can get a doctorate in medicine here, and it transfers to, like, every other nation in the world, but if you get one from, like, anywhere else in the world, it's, like, non-transferable to the US, which is stupid. Like, if I get a fucking medical doctor in New Zealand, I feel like you should be able to bring that over here, because it's not like medicine changes. It's just a, like, you know, we're the best mentality thing. It's very odd. Canada has Quebec City, we personally find most to be a beautiful city in North America. Canada has a lot of stuff. Yeah, same in Canada. It's not transferable to the US. It's very dumb. Like, oh, you go to Canada, they pay for your education. You better fucking stay in Canada, bitch. I kind of want to test out living in Canada for a while, because I technically have, you know, my passport's valid. I think I looked it up and I could, like, just hide there for, like, 6 months without them doing anything or the US doing anything. I can work from basically anywhere. Like, maybe I'll do this. Just, like, rent a summer cottage and stream from Canada for 6 months. Sure, I own a bunch of debt on my house, but whatever. Who cares? Why can't we all be friends, chat? His mom had brain surgery, dad had heart surgery, and hip replacement surgery, just bankruptcy here. It very much depends which state you live in. I mean, even if you go from like north to south states, it's another world in terms of like insurance. But yeah, if you have to pay for it, because then not only insurance is mega stupid, chat. And again, this is more like the more you know sort of conversation. Here, insurance companies, they don't even have to. It's not even like a matter of like capitalism versus like, you know, pay for the government. Like we're not even talking universal healthcare. Insurance costs or medical procedure costs here are literally just imaginary. Like the insurance basically makes up a number, and then the hospital makes up a number, and they sort of just negotiate on like the number that you're actually gonna pay. And all hospitals have this book called a charge master. I'm not making this up. This is real. All hospitals have this thing called a charge master, where they just basically have what the actual cost of the procedure is, and then like whatever they're gonna fucking charge, right? And it's all to get you to basically, or to, so that they can charge the most for whatever the procedure is, because again, hospitals are just businesses here. And they want to be able to charge you the maximum amount of money. So they make up a number, the insurance makes up a number, and then they negotiate somewhere in the middle number, and the middle number is always higher, like 1.5 to 6x what the procedure would actually cost. And it's insane. Like, that shouldn't be fucking legal. So yeah, what Kay said, 100% accurate. Like, it's just fucking imaginary here. It's bankruptcy. It's idiotic. You gotta have hip, like, 4 surgeries. I'm not saying fucking Canada's a bastion of perfection. Like, my friend has to wait, what is it, 6 months to get dental work done if it's not an emergency. But still, options are nice. The perfect system, chat, that no one wants to talk about would be a hybrid system, where you could go to like get something done if you wanted to and pay for it yourself, or you could actually have the government cover it. And everybody would get paid, and everybody would be happy, and we'd all have free cake. That's how it works in Canada. Some of my Canadian friends have said it's really hard to find a private practice that will actually, like, do good work. But maybe they're coping. I'm not Canadian. I can't speak for that. Don't worry. When the US collapses, Canada will adopt us. Well, it'll at least adopt New York and California. I'm sorry. Things are getting better. It's just fucking slow because all the idiots have to realize that they're idiots. And they all have to have go through the process of ego death. Only if you speak French. Is that real? I mean, fair. This fight is so long, this guy's rampage came back up. I have to try to pressure him. We both have incredible amounts of healing. We've already had an unintentionally spicy stream. Let's fucking kick it up another notch, chat. Do you think Guild Wars 3 is real? I'm starting to think it's fucking not. I'm starting to think that ANET is going, oh shit, people want Guild Wars 3? Really? Fuck. Worsen results across the board since rich people lost the incentive for public system to be effective. I highly doubt that, but maybe. Imagine there was a surprise reveal like they did with Heart of Thorns. I don't know if it would have the same impact as a Heart of Thorns reveal. Like, I truly don't. Because Heart of Thorns was so unexpected. Because Guild Wars 2 had said, like, you know, never expansion or something like that. Alright, I'm done fighting this Berserker. I like how I stun broke that and I was still stunned. I'm not done fighting this berserker. Okay, now I'm done fighting this berserker. Yeah, that's a slash shrug. Put a throwing knife in your foot. And play Black Flag for a week instead of going to the doctor. Yeah, do that. You should go to the ER. Chat, even if you don't have insurance, go to the fucking ER. It's better than losing a foot. Jesus Christ. Or just don't throw knives with sandals on like you. How about just don't throw knives? Like, I like that advice. That seems good. I've done some dumb shit too, though, Kate, where I'm like, holy shit, how am I alive? I can't talk from any kind of position of authority on that. Where your brain does that thing where you're like, you're busy with something else, so you're not like fully on processing power, literally like the GPU issue. And your brain goes, okay, there's like a 70% chance that I'm gonna die doing this thing, but there's like a 30% or injure myself catastrophically, but there's like a 30% chance I probably won't. Like, let's just do it. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is just a good idea. I'm 20, I'm immortal, fucking nothing bad has happened to me ever. I've never experienced real pain. Like, 100%, I've been there. Yeah, like, truly. There was, my biggest one, my biggest, like, it was more of a big thing, but it was a holy shit, how am I alive moment, was when I had been studying. I had been up studying for 72 hours. I had slept like 3 hours or something. And because my back is fucked, I have to drive, or had to drive from university for, like, I think it was like 4.5 hours, the drive there to get my back adjusted, right? And I had to do this in the morning, so I'm sleepy, it's winter, and my car is warm. And I fell asleep at the wheel. Thankfully, nobody else was hurt. But I drove off the road up over a metal pipe, and then I hit the metal pipe, and then my car jackknifed into a ditch. It was like one of those fucking things you see on Reddit, right? Totaled my car. Completely, like, again, thankfully the people behind me were not hurt. They actually stopped, and they're like, holy shit, are you alive? I got airlifted to a hospital, but not because I fractured a cervical vertebrae, which I did, but because I actually had a heart murmur, which turns out years later we found out was related to something completely different. But it was fucking, 6 months of recovery for one colossally stupid decision. But because I was, I'm me, I'm great, I'm immortal, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, that was expensive. Expensive mistake, lost the car. Again, thankfully, had insurance, had a Subaru. The Subaru probably saved my life. So now I get really paranoid. Like, I will not turn on, again, I get really paranoid in the winter just when I'm driving and I'm not sleepy. I'm like, I'm not turning the AC on. It can go fuck itself. I'm not falling asleep again. Or, the heat. Right? That was a lesson. Also, do you guys mind the shared Twitch and YouTube chat with the bot? I've been looking into alternatives other than Restream, and it seems like there are some, but I've heard people go yay and nay on the bot reposting everything, so Twitch and YouTube can have shared chat. You did in a long haul drive and you turned on the AC to keep yourself awake, yeah. You gotta learn to recognize, like, okay, I'm not in a headspace where I'm going to stay awake. I need to, like, external stimuli. Streamer bot, but it doesn't do the chat bot thingy. I have a couple that are on my list. Apparently there's one called, what's it called? Yeah, Restream's kind of been sucking a dick lately. What's it called? There's, Boyce was using it, and he gave me the name of it. I have it on a link pad somewhere. AITUM, AITUM.tv will do the dual stream thing, and I think use their servers for ingest, so it doesn't tank your upload. And then there's another one called socialstream.ninja, which can merge the chat. But I'm just kind of gauging, you know, alternatives. Always looking for the best thing. I think Restream does a decent job, and for a while it was like the only option I had, but now that I have decent upload, I could just use the plugin. Yeah, Restream does the thing where it advertises itself. You can get the watermark to turn itself off. Like, you can just save over the thumbnail before you go live, but it is a pain in, like, I do a bitch load of work before each of these streams, chat. Like, Barrett 6. It's a lot. It's a lot of extra work. Like, you have to schedule the thing, and then you have to retitle everything, and then you have to select the stream, and then you have to put in all the details, and then you have to delete all the Restream adverts. 7. That's a separate ferret. And then you have to go live, and then you have to save over the thumbnail, and then you need to check everything, and chances are something's fucked up, and you need to fix it. Like, there's like a checklist of like 11 things I do before each stream. Which is partially why I get so fucking irritated when something goes awry. It's like I changed nothing, and like, I don't want to fix this. Yeah, and I'm not paying Restream for premium. That's idiotic. Saber 3 going off into space. God intended. We're looking now. We're looking good, sounding good now, right, chat? I think we aight. That man just wants to fight NPCs. Oh, he wants to fight me. All right, I'll go. Dagger Tempest. Dagger Tempest with a shield. A lot of Magora I can't see. What blocked it? Magora doesn't block physical attacks. Excuse me. Oh, no, it's not a 1v1. I'm sorry. You guys are ruining our fun. I hope the Tempest wins now. We're gonna get some Forest Grub gaming. Oh, I'm getting thieved. These green guys are like, we're gonna ruin everybody's fun. The other one. Oh, it's the Berserker. Gotcha moves. Dragon Trigger didn't move me for no reason, chat. Now the Thief's gonna get out of combat. My favorite thing. I love when Dragon Trigger doesn't move me for no reason. It's great. How's your weekend going, chat? Glad we got this sorted out. Thank you to everybody who was like patient. I'm glad it was so easy. Had to warm up the GPU. Had to pray to the right god. God of streaming. What was that? Who would that be in American Gods lore? The technical boy? God of technology? I think that's a third ferret. I think there's 3 ferrets in here. We're not going to duplicate count ferrets though, chat. Rainy? Yeah, I'm actually glad it's finally raining in upstate New York, dude. Like, holy fucking shit. Oh my god. It needed to rain. Are these both? These are both the Oink Thieves. Oh my god. Good lord. Last weekend it was disgustingly hot. Now you're back in sweaters. Yep, that sounds right. It's good. It's good nap weather right now, I would say. It's like A-tier nap weather. I think I want a third seer infusion. I don't think I've spent enough pointless gold in this game. I think I need a third seer infusion, chat. They go up in price or they drop in price? Oh my gosh, if you turn into a little dude, it has the infusion. Hey, Donamico, how are you? We might have... Let's just jinx it here. I think we might have solved everything. Working now, the Windows update. So I didn't actually roll back my Windows update because Bitdefender wouldn't let me. I was looking for other solutions, but we seem to have figured it out. I think it was actually, weirdly enough, I think it was actually that my camera was so... It was at 30 FPS, and I streamed at 60 FPS, and Restream was, or OBS was doing, like, extra work to try to convert my 60, like, my 60 FPS game, or my 30 FPS camera into a 60 FPS thing. So it was the Windows update that fucked everything up, but is at least partially due to that. We seem to be alright now. There's still some glitching at the beginning of the stream. But I really wanted to, you know, I wanted to figure out what the problem was before I put a new GPU in, you know, because if you put the new GPU in and it fixes because you have new GPU, you're never going to figure out what the fucking problem was. Yeah, we seem to be alright. I get to stream on the weekends, which is fun. Dun, 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 dun. What is this? Or warrior guy, I'll fight you. God damn it, Knives. This is his fault. We could go set up the new build. Let's see what the queue's like. We do have a 9-person queue. I don't want to duck out while we have a super huge queue. Which will probably only get worse now that it's like nighttime. How are you, Donamico? How has your Visions of Eternity experience been thus far? Six to the sword rifle dumpster fire. I love my dumpster fire, dude. I just want the skills to work. I don't know. I don't hate play Bladesworn. I just find my thing, I don't know. Like, everybody's got their thing, right? Like, I feel like Engels is cosplays, Mucklux is guides, Teapot is being Teapot. Like, my thing is, I like to find things in video games, I think, and then make them work, or play them in ways that the devs did not intend them. Yeah, I wouldn't just play Bladesworn because it was my thing, right? In quotes. I play it because I enjoy it, and I really enjoy theory crafting stuff. So the easiest or the most fun things to theory craft are the things that are, like, in quotes, not very good, right? Why did that guy aggro from space? What the F, man? Or like the things that... What's a really good example that I usually give? Like AP Tryndamere in League of Legends, right? Like the dude was built as a physical spec, but I really enjoyed when the weird one magic build happened. And you could just like like he didn't do dick for auto attack damage, but he just like Shrek'd with the AP scaling because of the AP scaling like they hadn't thought about. And the build eventually got nerfed, right? But like I enjoy using traits that I think people think are bad. I enjoy trying to figure out ways to play things that like the devs did not intend. Like, you know, Bladesworn is clearly supposed to be, or at least meant to be on paper, like this hyper tanky spec, and then like I enjoy playing it as a mobile like powerhouse, you know? Oh Jesus. There's some confusion from that fucking guy? I'm so confused. How did you do so much Condi to me? Bro's got the fucking Condi on an evoker? Okay. We're here now. Oh no, it was from the vert. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, there's no shot. Is he running a Keem? Like, what's going on? And quite clearly, by example of what I just did, Bladesworn isn't bad. It just needs the skills to work when you press them. Like, I don't know, I definitely run a Keem on, like, Evoker, but... Yeah, Bladesworn's strongest ability, hands down, is the fact that you get a ammo heal skill. Welcome to the end is near. Alright, you just, whenever someone tells you no, chat, you have to remember that they too watch anime, and with enough fighting spirit, you can make anything good. This guy's mad. I'm in rifle though right now, tragically. I do find it very funny that I was thinking about this as well the other day, I don't know, maybe this is like a shower thought, where nerds have this culture where we consume nothing but like, with enough anime fighting spirit, you can kill God, like sort of shit. And yet, in video games, we have like such a hyper-aggressive, like meta-locked mentality where like, no, you can't do this thing. Why? Because the community said so. Like, we've become the problem. We've lived long enough to become the villain, I feel like, as a nerddom society, right? Where it's like, oh, that thing's bad. And it's like, is it though? Is it bad? Is it bad? Or do people just think it's bad? You know what I mean? Is it bad? Or am I the problem? Oh my god, Sword 2 hit something. Like, maybe I was the villain all along, you know? Are we the bad guys sort of moment? Each and every one. Yeah, hard to learn that, when Thief has 160 ping. I mean, fair. I think mine's around 80 usually. Yeah, somebody on Reddit told you it was bad. You listened like a piece of shit. Hey, what's up, Coco? How are you? I never played Sonic and the Black Knight. I heard it was bad, but I also heard it was good. And I feel like I need to embrace my inner furry chat and go back and play all the Sonic games that I missed. Seven Rings was actually weirdly good once you got used to it. It was just fucking weird because it was on like the Wii. It also has some banging songs. You're a meta slave? Don't you mostly play PvE though? Like, I can understand not playing Bladesworn in PvE. Bladesworn in PvE sounds like a time, for sure. No, that's expected, Rem. I'd be disappointed if I didn't mention Sonic and the Seven Rings. I think that's what it was called. I feel like that's meta for this stream. Pseudo talks about random ass shit that he played. Do you have Stella then? Because I'm I'm really curious about the other people's experiences of making Stellar Radians before they fix the drop rate of everything, because I really did not enjoy it by the end. I enjoyed it at the beginning, and farming for the last, like, 150 Shadow Stones can absolutely die in a fire. Yeah, the OST bank. I mean, Crush 40, like, all of their stuff kinda goes hard. What's, one of the songs on this playlist is actually the guy from Crush 40 doing, I think, a cover with Jonathan Young or something. First Class like Hollow? Hollow's great. Excuse me? What just happened? Why am I over here now? Huh? Okay. I was, like, changing shit on my playlist, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's another Pokemon! Chat! Chat, it's in another Azura. That's like an animal. We need to collect all of them. We have Flog, we have my friend Juice who cosplays as a bird. I'm gonna have like this whole suite of Azura Pokemon I can fucking send at people. I'm adding this person as a friend. I'm sorry if I'm stalking you. Oh my god, they even play Thief. It's something different. Yeah, and the Pokemon thing isn't racist, chat. Flog said that. So it's okay. Gave me the Pokemon card. Look at us, like, successfully streaming on the weekend, chat. Holy shit. You know what I think? Going forward for all my giveaways, I think the giveaway question is going to be, do you want Guild Wars 3? Yes or no. And I'm going to put all of those results into a table and, like, tally it. Yeah, take that. Take that, Skelk aggro. I don't want to fight you. I would like to get out of combat. Yeah, I don't know is the correct answer, Rem, right? Because, like, I want Guild Wars 3, but I don't know if it's that Darkwing Duck situation where I don't really want a sequel. I think I just want more of it. Yeah, broadly ambivalent is, like, I feel like where the zeitgeist is going right now. Like, I don't really know if I want Ouch. These archers, I swear to God, man. Like Guild Wars 3. I think I just want more Guild Wars 2, and I want the problems that I have with Guild Wars 2 fixed, right? Like, would it actually be a really interesting stream question, chat? Like one of those polls on the YouTube channel? Would be, would you rather have, like, which one do you want? Guild Wars 3 or Guild Wars 2 without any bugs or problems or anything, right? Like, that's like the dream question. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the Great Sword auto stripped it. I was like, what's stripping my Aegis? Yeah, a new engine, well, like, new engine, or just even the same engine with, like, upgraded graphics, you know, if we're talking about, like, space miracles that aren't gonna happen. Like, just literally all of the problems that you have with Guild Wars 2 fixed, you know? Lack of, you know, faster balance patches, no visual bugs, no bugs at all of any kind, like when you use a skill, it does what it says on the tin. No Build Wars, you know, balance problems. No, I understand. This is magical space, you know, space money, like, debate, right? Because you have to figure out what people want before you can get to what you actually can implement, Genev, right? So if we're going idealistic, like completely unrealistic shit, which both honestly are completely unrealistic, Guild Wars 2 with all the problems fixed, or Guild Wars 3, like, which would you rather have? Newer engine, better suited for the kind of game. So why do you want a newer engine if you don't care about graphics? Like, I'm not being argumentative, I'm legitimately asking. And do you think something like Unreal 5 would better suit this game than ArenaNet's own house-brewed engine, you know? Because personally, I'd rather have them just not be tied to Unreal, because Unreal has all kinds of problems as well. Like, it's not perfect at all. The game runs better. Well, again, we're talking about, like, okay, I'm not even talking about, like, what they could actually implement. I'm saying Guild Wars 2 plus Magic. Would you rather have more Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 3? If Guild Wars 2 literally had none of the problems that you have with it currently. You trust ANET somehow, so whatever they're cooking? I mean, that's fair. I guess the goodwill that they've built up is enough. Because I do think that if Guild Wars 3 happens, they'll maintain two things. One, it'll have action combat, and two, it won't hate you or your time. They're lacking devs, so it'd be nice if they use Claude. Don't make me ban you forever, Tux. They have more devs than ever before. They're just selective with what they have to develop. Maybe lacking devs compared to WoW. But WoW has its own problems. Oh, we found Fwog, chat. We found Fwog. Right here. Hello. We already saw ANET try to implement AI, dude, and in this most recent ban wave. And saw how well that went. So I agree Guild Wars 2 isn't attracting new users, but the other... We actually talked about this last 2 streams ago? I've been streaming a lot. The converse argument of the Guild Wars, and it's not really an argument, right? It's just like the flip side of something you have to consider, is a lot of people, again, shown just by like my chat responses today, Guild Wars 2, like who play Guild Wars 2 and have invested literally over a decade of their lives into this game, are really ambivalent / do not want a Guild Wars 3. And also, if Guild Wars 3 does, you know, come out, what if it sucks, right? Like, what if Guild Wars 3 comes out and it sucks? Or what if Guild Wars 3, you know, the nightmare happens and Guild Wars 3 comes out and it's the perfect game, it does everything everybody ever asked for, and nobody's somehow still playing it, right? Like it's objectively a good product, but nobody is playing it for some unknown reason, right? You have to think about, like, okay, what does ANET do then? So it's true that Guild Wars 3 would probably attract a lot more people than Guild Wars 2 currently is, but it's also probably true that Guild Wars 2 has something that is impossible to create in marketing, which is a captive audience. It has an established audience of players. And I think I know Colin is definitely smart enough to know that, right? So it's tough. Do you want to attract new players and run the risk that your product sucks or people won't like it for whatever reason? Or, and a really good example of the new product sucking thing, well, it objectively being kind of better, is the wardrobe system. They did eventually change it so that people could use the old system or the new system, but a lot of the times you don't get the chance to do, you know, option 2 or B, right? So if Guild Wars 3 comes out and it's bad, or people just don't like it, or people don't play it, or people don't buy it, what do you do then if you're ArenaNet? And I think the answer is you develop both. But really, again, the question I'm asking is not related to that. It's, do you want Guild Wars 2 with all the problems fixed, or would you rather have Guild Wars 3? What AI did ANET try to use? They tried to use AI to, like, ban all the names that were... I think I had somebody in my chat yesterday that was talking about this. They got a 3-day ban. Like, change all the names, ban all the names that are inappropriate and stuff, instead of having to do it all manually. I'm pretty sure, again, I'm 90% sure, like, they don't quote me, this is not medical advice. But that seems to be what the zeitgeist is thinking. And I think Bogotter said, or Richie said, they're looking into it. They're probably gonna, like, reverse a lot of them and stuff. So again, it's the AI problem where instead of spending 90% of your time doing a thing, and then 10% of the time fixing it, you're now spending 10% of the time doing a thing and 90% of your time fixing it. Stomp this guy. Boom. Yeah, that's what they should do. I think also ArenaNet. I don't think it's a Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2 situation, which is what a lot of people are comparing it to, especially in their like heart and brain and what they experienced, right? Because again, like we said, humans just judge existence based on what they've experienced already. I don't think it's going to be a Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2 situation. I think it's going to be a Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3 situation for a good chunk of time. I mean, they've already shown that they're willing to reinvest in Guild Wars 1 now. They've been hiring devs for Reforged, which is insane to me. So, what would really be funny if it's Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 1 with a new engine, man. You just want more good games? Yeah, of course. And at the end of the day, consumers, including myself, are idiots, and we don't know what we want. And we can think we know what we want, and you can buy the thing, and it doesn't bring you happiness, because happiness comes from inside. And secretly all purchases are meaningless, chat. And then how do you satisfy the consumer? They openly said that one of their biggest regrets is not supporting Guild Wars 1 after more Guild Wars 2 release. Yeah, but words are easy and works hard. I get that they probably said that and they probably meant it, but also I have to take everything they say with a grain of salt, right? Because I think they said once that they were gonna... This is another, what's it called? Mandala effect thing, where I actually went... You know when they said with Heart of Thorns that they were gonna do, like, a whole set of new legendaries, chat? They actually only ever said that once, and it was in, like, a text post buried in something else. I went back and found it, but everybody fucking, like, imagined that they said, like, that they promised, they hard promised that they were gonna do new legendaries, right? And then with all the collection stuff, ArenaNet sort of, like, was like, well, we did technically say that once, even though that wasn't a big selling point of the expansion. It was never in any of our marketing materials. So they had to go back and, like, add all these fucking... Did that guy log out? He did. Oh, my God. They had to go back and add all these fucking legendaries, right? With collections at the time that were going to take development effort away from other shit, and that really Heart of Thorns, like, ultimately. And then they were like, fuck it, we'll just make them, like, money, which was a good decision, but kind of felt bad for the player base. But, like, again, they never said they were doing a new full set, really, of legendary. It wasn't like, you know, on their marketing material for Heart of Thorns, like, oh, you know, full new legendary. No, dude, fuck. They said it, like, once in a fucking, like, 2-sentence text post, like 6 years or something, like when Heart of Thorns came out. Heirloom skin in Warframe? Damn, I gotta go get that. You know me, big Warframe. I actually like a lot of the things that Warframe did. It's sort of an interesting game model thing. Sort of an MMO, not sort of an MMO, technically an MMO. Hope Guild Wars 3 has a more vertical design compared to Guild Wars 2. I feel like Guild Wars 2 just sort of hit the wall of, like, what you could do with horizontal design. But I also feel like WoW is hitting the wall with what you can do with vertical design. Like, it's the DC Universe thing, where eventually, like, if something goes long enough, you end up, like, having to kill God with the power of friendship multiple times. And it's like, no, that wasn't God. That was, like, lowercase g God. We need to go kill actual God now. And then it's like, oh, no, that God was cool, but now we're fighting, like, mega super ultra turbo God. And it's like, I don't care after a while, right? And at the end of the day, you just need to figure out a way to elicit an emotional reaction from your audience, and how you do that is good writing. So it doesn't really matter if you're killing, like, you know, lowercase God or shiny super mega God. If the writing is good, then people are going to care, and if the writing is bad, people aren't going to care, right? Yeah, I mean, the credit card to your way to legendaries is time versus money, which is a debate that a lot of people in the games industry have had for sure. But you kind of want to cater to both. Barrett, 7. Where people have, especially these days, where people have kids and wives and, you know, husbands and stuff. And you don't want to only get your stuff behind time, because then you're excluding the people who do support your game with money. And you don't want to, like, get your stuff only behind money, because then you're excluding the people who actually play your game with their time, right? Especially in an MMO sense. And that's way too many people's livelihoods tied to that crap. So it's I think Guild Wars 2 strikes a really healthy balance where the thing that I agree with more than being able to credit card your way to like all the legendaries, really, because you honestly can't. There's still components that you do need that require you to play the game in some fashion. It's that you can convert your time to money and vice versa really, really well, essentially. Where if you have a bunch of money and you don't have a lot of time to play the video game, or you just don't want to, you can gems to gold your way to a lot of the components that you need for this game. Again, and vice versa. Like, a lot of the gold farms, especially these days, are like 30 to 60 gold an hour or something, and whatever the fucking mirror farm was, or something insane, right? Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, this is why I say I want... What I would like from Guild Wars 3, or whatever we're getting, you know, Guild Wars 2 Reforged, or whatever the fuck, is I want the combat to be goated, right? Action combat, best in the industry, second to none, in my opinion. Not that I'm biased at all. And the second thing I want really, really bad is, and I think that they'll do, because they know that this is what's landed them as the third best MMO, is it doesn't hate you, right? It doesn't hate you or your wallet or your time. And I think that's incredible. Talking about original legendary weapons? Oh, for sure. And again, the game's 12 years old, so original legendary weapons are convenience. They're not really shiny or prestigious anymore. And the new ones are harder to get. I mean, even for the originals, you still have to get Gifts of Battle. You still have to get a Gift of Exploration, sort of. Or you can just buy them on the trading post, I guess. My brain is trying to think of other legendaries you can insta-buy, and I think everything else requires provisioner tokens or some kind of time sync. I think it's only weapons, but maybe there's a way to do it with obsidian armor. Yeah, Rem, I got there. Shut up. Look, okay? I'm recovering from a cold. Kunav's got me sick at the family reunion. I want to talk about it, man. Yo, where's the content, chat? Somebody go get me some content. Don't make me PvE, I'll do it. Thank you to the people who swipe from legendaries. You're welcome. I don't, but there's still a lot of T3s. Again, what's it called? Aurine weapons are still amazing for selling. I think they're very aware of the, like, power creep of visual clutter, for sure. There's, I was really surprised that Ritualist Spirits don't get the transparency layer that Siege Turtles get, Tux. Whenever I go into PvE and I, like, run into a guy on a Siege Turtle, how do I put this? I have that, like, 15-frame link of lag where I'm like, oh my god, this actually adds a transparency layer so I can see what the fuck is going on. And I can't believe things like Ritualist Spirits don't get that. But I also don't even know if that's possible. Like, this engine seems like it's fucking impossible to code in. So, again, that leads me, Ferret 8, to the third thing that I want from Guild Wars 3, which I want it to be easier for the devs to do seemingly insignificant, easy changes without breaking their game. Like, imagine all the Bladesworn changes we could have, chat, if, again, this is hearsay, but, like, Solar hadn't fucking yeeted from the studio with all the knowledge of how this shit works, right? Imagine all the Bladesworn changes we could have if it didn't take Cal Kohan 8,000 years to try to parse the code. And again, I'm making that up. I don't know why we haven't had anything in 5 years. He could just hate me. He could just hate my class. I don't really know. It could be impossible. It could be another unrelated reason. They may have signed a contract with a gypsy. Who knows? I actually really like Cal. I should stop dunking on him. I think he's a good dev. Does a good job. But you know what I mean, right? Like, independent of all other factors that we'll never know or, like, understand, because we're not a fly on the wall of their dev studio, like, why haven't all, you know, the bugs on Y bug on X class been fixed? Check the shadow settings. They actually introduced new shadow settings with this patch that fix like the lowest, I think none and lowest use their old shadows instead of trying to leverage them through DX. I actually didn't do a video on it, but I should have. If you set this to none or lowest, it will or non-low, I think in maybe medium. Non-low and I think medium use their old shadow tech, so they won't destroy your frame rate. Will it have world versus world? It fucking better. Again, Red, the analogy, Chomp likes to describe world versus world as a hot dog left on the ground, but you're hungry. And I fully agree with that analogy. But to me, world versus world is like if it's almost Fortnite, and obviously it's not as monetarily profitable as Fortnite. That guy actually got a kill on Vengeance. Good for him. But world versus world is basically a company went to design something else and they accidentally invented something so ballistically successful, but then never touched it for 10 years, right? Like, we're just in the last year and a half, again, shout out to Roy, big ups, love you, starting to get updates to our fucking game mode. And Jesus Christ, like, people, it's a miracle of God that people still play world versus world, like Zerging, let alone roaming, right? Like, I think they know how successful it's been, and I think, no memes aside, I think that one of the things that really showed them how successful world versus world can be is literally the ferret. Because again, people vote with their wallets, and people in world versus world, like, you can release all the skiff skins, all the fishing poles, all the whatever, like, for End of Dragons that you want. People can't use skiffs and they can't fish in world versus world for some fucking reason, right? Like, why can't I use those masteries from that expansion in this thing? I can barely use the Jade bot. Like, fuck me dead. Have cross-game mode rewards. And I think that releasing a goddamn Warclaw skin that everybody and their ferret bought, like, really showed, ain't it? Oh shit, people played this game mode. Least popular elite spec is probably Bladesworn, or something related to Thief. I wouldn't be astonished if Deadeye is actually up there as well. No, so what I want for fishing, Coco, how do I phrase this? So I had this idea for like a fishing rework for, can't move my chat box. Hang on, chat. I need to redock this. We need to dock correctly, chat. Oh my god, it didn't work. Fuck me. Whatever. We're here now. So what I really want for, wow, I really can't resize this. Why does God hate me today? Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so much worse. Oh my god. Why? Chat. Help. Jesus Christ. Whatever. All my chat's blue now. I can't see anything. It's fine. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Get in here. What I want for World vs. World fishing is, first off, I just want to be able to fish, because you should be able to fish in the water that exists here. Second, what I want... yeah, sure, okay. Oh, and Evoker was doing its elite skill, which means I don't get to play the game. I got you. What I want is, when you kill an enemy player in World vs. World, I want there to be a 10% chance to spawn a blood pool, and in that blood pool, I want there to be a legendary fish, or like a higher chance for a legendary fish. So, while I think it would destroy people's frame rates, I really want, like, an incentive for... Because can you imagine, like, you get a kill on a guy, right? In like, literally this nonsense that's going on. You manage to stomp them, and then you fish on their fucking body. Like, there's no coming back from that. Like, they whisper you, and they're all mad, and they're like, oh, you suck, and you just link them the legendary fish you got out of their corpse. Be so amazing. No downstate? I mean, yeah. That's more of an issue with downstates, though. I just want downstates balanced more than I want no downstate, but that's never happening. Yeah, if you fucking got one of the legendary fish off their corpse. It's like how, I don't... Unless I'm literally dropping inputs or there's something physically wrong with my controller that night, I try not to blame the controller, right? Because that's a handicap I'm giving myself. This game wasn't made for controllers. It wasn't. It's not. Like, there's delay. I get it. It's my fault. But The one diss I never hurl at people, because they, you know, occasionally you'll get rage whispers, just occasionally. Most of my world vs. world interactions are goated, but the one thing I never say is like, I play with a controller, right? Because there's no coming back from that. Like, what do you do if you got killed by somebody who uses a controller? You fucking cry. You have to uninstall your game. Like, if you attach enough self-worth to... And I'm not talking about you, chat. Like, not all the people in my chat who are largely, you know, completely well-adjusted, healthy individuals. Actually, though, comparatively. The people who, like, take time out of their day to block whisper somebody and rage whisper them in Guild Wars 2. Like, that person attaches, clearly, way too much fucking self-worth to this game to have a healthy, well-adjusted life. So if you whisper that person, hey, I play on a controller, and they just died to you, like, there's no fucking coming back from that for that person. They just, you know, they can lie to you. They can't lie to themselves. The real secret, chat, is to not give a shit and to not be that guy or girl. Don't attach self-worth to video games. Just enjoy them. We out here vibing. I like how my stream is like fine now that I made that one change. Ridiculous. How do you whisper? I literally don't know how to do it because I realized I didn't know how to do it when I found that one guy who played Bladesworn and I didn't know how to like block whisper him to figure out what the fuck he was running. I think you add them as a friend and then look on your friends list to see who's online and then like write their name down on a piece of paper and then unadd them as a friend and then like type their name out as a whisper. I literally don't know how you do it though, but I suspect that's how people do it. And besides, my friends list is like way too long. That level of effort is fucking Herculean, Coco. It's insane to me. Like, if anyone ever gets block whispered a rage thing in World vs. World, take it as a fucking compliment because that person just went out of their goddamn day, like, in terms of effort to send you that. Like, you matter so much to them. It's incredible. Da, da, da. There you go. Red's got the tech. Yeah, all the block whispers I get are like, nice fucking build, dude. I mean, if you're jumping, then it's your fault. Then you're BMing them. But also, that's a Herculean amount of effort. I don't know, man. Unless they're like, you know, threatening to come to my house and hit me with a hammer, like, I don't attach, like, I don't go around DMing people either, but like, I don't attach self-worth to things that happen to me in video games. I don't know. I have my own insecurities to deal with. I don't have to deal with fucking other people's. If Red was spilling company secrets, he'd be letting us know why Bladesworn hasn't been fixed in 5 years. Stealth spam thief. Alright. You get plus one half a point back. No, there should be an easier way to whisper people for sure. And again, as a person who like tries to figure out on the daily, like how people use my product and interact with stuff, like, I think about this stuff a lot, right? And one thing that I would really actually like from the gem store is a component pack that sort of let you have something similar to the Ellen Keel badge, where you could have, like, a different indicator floating over your shoulder, right? Oh, is he really going to try to catch me? All right. Where, like, you could basically have like a thing that says, you know, I'm down to duel, I'm not down to duel, and people would troll with it for sure, but I think that would be just like, you know, good fight, respect. Man is spamming heart seekers to his heart's content. Hopefully his heart has been sucked Seeked? What's the past tense of seeked, chat? What is Sook? What's the past tense of seeked? Sought. Fuck, I knew there was one. You're right. Jesus. God, I'm so stupid. I was like, his heart has been sucked? No, that's wrong. God damn it. Oh, it's these guys. I'm not fighting... This thief is always... It's this thief and another guy. Last night it was this thief and, like, every evoker in the world. Seek is linguistically correct. Is that like how, what is it? Godlike is... If you're trying to say something is like a deity, like, deity-like is incorrect. So you want to say godlike? That makes sense. Alright. Jesus, fuck me! I'm 19. What is going on this map? Alright, fine, I won't get the fucking PvE food. I'll just eat shit over here, that's fine. Holy crap. Maybe Stella looks better with characters that aren't wearing a bandana. I think the issue, chat, is I haven't bought enough seer infusions. This evoker has 25 stacks. He needs to die. That's a lot of blue points, though. A blur. Just ruined that man's day. I feel a little bad. Yeah, English is dumb. Kind of waiting for another language to replace it. English is... Our rules are really stupid. A lot of the other languages, their rules are really stupid too, but English's rules are really dumb. It's like 60% exceptions. Am I dead? Kind of like super thought something would jump me. Oh, there goes the frames. Holy shit. No, I don't want English replaced with any of those fucking languages that have pictograms. Or, what are they called? They're like symbologies. Or, it's not syllable. Because there's 3 different types of languages. There's ones with letters, there's ones with symbols that mean sounds, and then there's ones that with, like, concepts. And I don't want the concepts one because it's way too much to memorize. Because it's all contextual. That shit doesn't make any more sense. German I'd go with. German makes sense. It just sounds like you're always angry, but it's kind of hot. French I'd be okay with too. Spanish. Spanish gets a little fucky too. Pictologies. I'll trust you. I'll trust somebody on the internet. I'm never gonna see the tier fucking 3 of this in World vs. World, I swear to God. Portuguese? Isn't Portuguese just Spanish wearing a different hat? Is that racist? I've heard a lot of it's similar and a lot of it's not. Like, a lot of the sounds are similar, but also they mean completely different shit. I got to, I think, university level 1 of Spanish and then dipped out. Yeah, what we need is another language. It's like the standards thing where it's like there are 600 different standards. This doesn't make any sense. Let's make one unified standard, and now there's 601 unified standards. And it's like, god damn it. That old XKCD comic, and that's what languages are. Like, yeah. We could do better. We just don't. Hindi has characters represent a single syllable. A graphic Mandarin has characters represent a word or... Yeah, I was trying to learn just a little bit of Japanese, and it was like, oh, there's like Japanese, and then there's like katakana that tells you the what the symbols mean, and it's like only for babies. And you don't really learn that, but you should learn that because it'll help you learn the regular shit. And it's like, nah, I'm not doing this. English has a strong German base, similar in syntax. That might be why I'm not having that much trouble learning German, because the two that I've been trying to learn, just like passively, are German and Italian. Because I'm Italian, I feel like I should learn at least some of it before I die, and German because I really, really, really want to visit there for an extended period of time. Yeah, and Esperanto's like completely... Esperanto's the biggest example of like, oh, we tried to unify everything and like make something up to that everyone would like, and now we just have... It's like learning Klingon, right? Where it's like, yeah, this is a thing you could do with your time, but there are 3 other people in the world that speak it. Loan words? What are loan words? Or are you talking about long words? Germany vlogs? I mean, hell yeah, if I go. I gotta find something to do with my channel when they finally fix Bladesworn, Coco. I'm taking suggestions. Lord knows I won't be playing this class still. I'd love to travel more, but obviously it's expensive as shit. Last time I went to Spain, I was told that it was going to cost, like, the whole trip was going to cost, like... What was I told? The flights were going to cost $600, and the whole trip was going to cost $1,000, chat. It did not cost $1,000. Part of that was our fault for booking the fucking tickets so late, but, like... Wasn't $1,000, tell you that much. Fucking, nope. That shit was expensive. That shit was expensive. It's a good trip, though. What I really, really wanted to do while there was, like, the most nerd thing ever. Was on the island, we actually found a game shop, and... Despite not speaking, like, very fluent Spanish, I really wanted to get, because they were doing that, like, limited re-release of some of the old Mario games on the Switch at the time, and I really wanted to get the re-release, like, disc that had Mario Sunshine, because we were on one of the islands that literally inspired the game, and I thought it would be so sick to, like, have a copy of Mario Sunshine from the fucking island that, like, inspired one of probably my favorite Mario games, if not my favorite Mario game. And unfortunately, they didn't have it in because it was like really new and we were on a fucking island, right? So it's like, god damn. But it would have been so cool to get like that hard edition of the re-release of Mario Sunshine in Spanish, like on that island. You know what I mean? Even if the entire game was like only Spanish, you know, Spanish only, no language options. Thought that would be sick. Getting hungry, chat. Oh, these earbuds. Every single time I can hear, like, the cymbals in a song, I'm just reminded that these earbuds absolutely fuck. and that I won't say led astray because they only came out earlier this year, but like I've spent all of my life in vain. Like I could have just waited, chat. Think of all the earbuds that could have been saved if I had just gotten the correct thing. This is way too many people now. Probably dead. Oh yeah, mega dead. Fall damage. Oopsie. That went downhill very fast. Not even sponsored. Like I said, I only take sponsorships for shit I already use. And thus far, the protein powder that I use on the daily is not offered. What kind are they? I will freely plug these because, again, I'm not sponsored. Terrible name. They're called... This company is called Soundpeats. Soundpeats. They are the Air 6HS. I will write all of that out because fuck trying to remember that. Air 6HS. And the reason they kick absolute ass is because a lot of earbuds these days have like AI garbage or ANC in them and stuff. And again, they don't have the foam tips, so if you're a foam tip girl or guy out there, don't get them. But I specifically like them because they're semi-in-ears without the foam tips, and they are compatible with LDAC and aptX, which are higher quality codecs. So I was always kind of like, is this just a stupid audiophile snake oil thing, or do LDAC and aptX actually matter if you do have, like, you know, you're streaming from something? You need to make sure that your source files are in that quality, and then, you know, make sure your radio can transmit it, and then make sure your earbuds can receive it. Obviously, like, you need all the steps in the chain, but if you have that, which chances are you do, because you're sitting at a computer right now, probably, like, they won't help if you're streaming from Spotify, for example, because I'm pretty sure Spotify only streams in like 256, and most Bluetooth connections don't do that. Barrett 9. Yeah, codec, CODEC. But here's the other thing. I thought you had to buy a special piece of physical hardware to transmit in LDAC. You don't. Most phones that aren't iPhones, because Apple fucking sucks, will do this natively. If you're trying to transmit from, like, you know, Bluetooth connection to a computer, what you need to do is look up the alternative A2DP driver. Yes, you have to DP, chat, and go alternative. A2DP driver. And again, I'm not going to link these things because people can click on things in their own risk, but look that up. It's $7. It basically makes your Bluetooth radio, if it was made past like 1946, into a radio that can transmit in LDAC. And even if you don't have these specific earbuds, it's a one-time purchase of a driver that some dude just fucking wrote for Bluetooth radios that will make your music sound better, because it will 90% like chance be able to transmit in higher quality. It's worth the $7. I like that all people got out of that was Warhammer codecs. Thank you, Coco. Thank you for that. But yeah, they're sick. These were $28. And they last for 9 fucking hours. Where's that, Apple? I've tried every pair of earbuds under the sun. Creative, Apple, Sony, fucking... My jam before this was, what's it called? Samsung were okay, but they don't last for shit. Especially after the battery starts dying. What else do I have on my desk here? I have like 3 more pairs in my closet. Get these things, chat. They own. Not sponsored. Wish I was. It sounds so fucking good. I suppose you also have to be a really, like, a hearing things enjoyer, right? Like, you have to enjoy hearing stuff. Because if you don't, then, you know, quality of music isn't going to really matter to you. But I always put it like, if I was to pick one, like going blind or going deaf, I would have to, like, you have to choose one. I would be really hard pressed. Like, I would probably choose going deaf over going blind, but, like, I really enjoy music. I really, really enjoy music, chat. Paid streamer, yeah, for sure. You should see some of the offers I've gotten, because I got one from, let's run through them in my brain. I got one from, the first one was obviously Raid Shadow Legends. That's not a joke. I did get one almost instantly from them. I think I had like 100 followers or subs on my YouTube channel at the time. I got a Raid Shadow Legends one. I got a Raycon one that I actually almost took because they weren't gonna just like pay me to have talking points. They were just gonna send me a pair of earbuds, like a pair of open airs, and it was a new thing. And it looked like it had actually been written by a human, and they were just gonna be like, tell us what you think, even if they suck. Like, just do a video. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll take that, but I didn't. Because again, I'm not in a position where I have to do this, and I don't want to just turn the channel into that, right? What was the other one? The other one that I got recently was like a web browser that I looked up, and it's all basically privacy focused, but it's kind of like Brave, where you can turn on the ability to display ads, and then the browser pays you instead of like paying the ad companies, although they probably pay both, and just run more ads. And I was like, well, that's interesting and kind of sketch, but I really don't want to do that. It was all commission based for Raid Shadow Legends, and a lot of the shit is conversion based. So like, if you know, I do a shitty earbud video ad thing, right, and nobody clicks on it, like, I don't make any money. I don't know what OpenGX is. It might have been. That doesn't ring a bell, though. There's so many browsers that people can still enjoy music with heavy bass. I mean, fair. I think I'm dead, chat. We might be dead. Nope, didn't have a flicker step teleport to teleport up the rock. I give up. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's true. Because the technology to replace your ears is probably better than your eyes. Especially these days. 100%. It's because the music became mellow, chat. I keep checking this queue, and it keeps not moving. Which is kind of unhelpful, honestly. Not a huge fan of that. Dun, 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 dun. No, but I'll freely shill the products that I already use, like on the daily. Oh, nice. I was right, chat. I was sort of right about something. Yo, I need to play that soundbite that I have saved of Kunai saying, "Pseudo, you were right." That I'm probably gonna make a subscriber notification. What was it? So I paid around 5,600 for my Emotes of Seer Transcendence, and I was shitting a brick because they went down to like 3,000 that first weekend. But now that no one's doing the map anymore because everyone's farmed Stella, and they'll go down again when everyone goes back into the map when Inet nerfs the Shadowstone drop rate, which they're absolutely going to do. But it's not that far off of the buy orders, and this will drop over time. But I don't like losing money, and that was driving me insane. You can see what my character looks like without Stellar Radiance every time I die, which has actually not happened that much this stream. You can see what my character looks like without clothing when I swap templates. I really do wish that I could, and this is a wish, right? This is, hey, don't spend your dev time on this if you can implement it. I wish I could have 2 Strife. Because the double Strife hand glow, I think, is a lot better than the one, right? Like, that looks so much fucking cooler. I wish I could use 2 Strife and 1 Stella, for sure. But that's like, you know, that's a not even a 1%er problem. It's like a 0.2%er problem. Also, okay, DC, if you catch this VOD, looked up your songs. Very cool. Really like the, what was it? The sort of long instrumental one. I think one of them was from an album, but like kind of Spanish guitar in it. Very neat. Occasionally I do actually look up the recommendations chat has for me. I want this to be a completely parasocial relationship. Bro, garlic bread sounds good. Also, that's fucking 8 ferrets. God, garlic bread sounds amazing. Chat, somebody get me garlic bread. We can do that thing that where, like, streamers dox themselves where they place DoorDash orders on stream. Let's do that. Also, ever since Spectrum fucked up my IP, and it says that I'm broadcasting from Maine now. Again, shout out to Spectrum, they can go fuck themselves. Worst internet company ever. I have to fill out captchas to Google stuff, which is great. This is saying heavy water doesn't remove earwax. Rem, you gaslighting me? I don't know, we might have to call it there, chat. I'm going to say yeah. Thank you for joining. That was fun. I'm gonna go make food instead of ordering stuff. And yeah, have a good one. We might be back tomorrow. We might be back on Monday. Or we'll hopefully definitely be back on Monday, but I'm glad we got this sorted out. Thank you for joining for my little troubleshooting stream. And yeah, cheers. I will see you in Tyria. Peace out. Enjoy the new map. It's pretty good. And have a good weekend. Bye. How do I do my outro? I forgot. There we go.